Greetings once again. I gave you guys long enough advance warning to let you know that I'll be going live. So I hope enough people know that I'm going live to come on and check out the video while I'm live. Uh, Once again, the time has come where I have decided that I was going to drop a little knowledge or just speak about life from my point of view. So I'd like to welcome you to my vlog. I've prepared a little word sound for you as always. And in the spirit of getting things started very quickly, I'm going to get started. And whoever hasn't joined, and no one has joined yet, you're going to have to catch the video on the replay. But I'm so excited to have this terrific resource at my disposal. We all have it. It's a way for us to communicate our ideas and bounce it off of one another, which is how I'm using it, the capacity in which I'm using it, which is quite literally as a weapon to combat and reverse and negate all the negativity that I see out there. So I don't spend too much time posting selfies and stupid, mundane things to get people's attention and get it focused on me. What I want to use social media for is to, get people's focused on the, the various subjects that I want to talk about that are important for us to talk about as people in society. So on that note, I also want to add that this particular vlog entry is going to be very personal. So I am going to be talking about me and focusing on me. My intention is not to make anyone feel bad any type of way at all. My intention is just to, enlighten people and bring people's spiritual vibe up like I'm trying to do for myself, and for people to see the journey that I'm on and perhaps maybe gain some insight from it. Everyone has something to offer. I'd like to think that I offer a lot. I bring a lot to the table as far as insight, and my goal as it stands anyway is to try to help make the world a better place. So as weird as I might seem to some of you, you might be wondering why I'm doing it or whatever, but one day you'll catch on. You'll see the importance of what I'm trying to do. Also, it's Sunday and the time is now 10:47 a.m. I'd like to bring your attention to the fact that if you're living in the Virgin Islands, there's a new tropical storm warning in effect, Tropical Storm Karen, and it's formed just below the Lesser Antilles, and it's heading our way and towards Puerto Rico. I don't expect, but then again, I'm not a meteorologist, that it'll have enough time to pick up enough strength to do us any significant damage. But in my own estimation, and again, I am not a meteorologist, we can, if she does pass through right over us, we could at least say that we will get maybe some strong winds and some heavy rains at the very least. So research it and keep your eyes open for that. So like I said before, I'm going to get in the spirit of getting to it, because I know sometimes it take a long time to get to things. I'm going to start the presentation. Okay. As always, I would like to open up by conveying my thanks to the force of forces that I acknowledge has created me and continue to sustain me. The force or forces that has protected me, coddled me, made and shaped me. I would like to thank the force who I often refer to as the father of all and mother of all creation, for everything seen and unseen. I am thankful for this experience, and I am thankful to still be in good health to enjoy it. I am thankful to be living in the times we are now living in, while having the insight to understand why the world is the way it is and how we could make it better for us and for succeeding generations. I'm thankful for the understanding that I now have about what my strengths and limitations are, and that the best thing that I could do to help make the world a better place is to not be a terrible person out here and to actually be the man that I encourage others to be. Saying it another way is that the best thing that I could do is to not be a part of the problem. I am thankful that now, through hardship, that I've fully come to terms with the fact that this and other so-called governments throughout the world in whatever geographical region, continent, country, city, country, municipality, township, etc., are all corrupt to the core and always have been. I am thankful for these hardships because it has fostered my recovery from the stupor that I was under. I had begun to lose myself there for a minute. Meaning, at age 50, I find myself exactly right back where I was when I was 32 years old, when I was on the path that I am on now, but I was sidetracked when I began to build a family with someone who ended up being the wrong person for me. Don't get me wrong, she's still a wonderful person, she just wasn't the one for me. Anyway, two wonderful souls were born out of this union, and looking back, in spite of all the pain that I've suffered in the aftermath, and if I had to do it all again, knowing what I know now, including the fact that I would have these two wonderful children to care for, who are my world, I would do it again in a heartbeat. I am not bitter. I was for a second there, I gotta admit, but then I realized that I'm not the way I am by accident. This entire experience helped to shape who I am as a person. Then I realized that I shared my life, that the person I shared my life with did not just materialize out of thin air. She was chosen for me by the Almighty Himself. And before I met her, I was on the exact same path that I am now, except that I was a different person back then, and I had a lot to learn. A lot of discipline and integrity had to be ascertained, which I already had a lot of, but looking back, I know I lacked a lot of things, the type of things that I could get only from the experience of having a family. One thing I lacked for sure was love. My mother and father never hugged me and told me that they loved me. I, I thought that I would find love in my mate, but unfortunately, love could not be found there, not unconditional love anyway. But once I kept doing what I was doing, which was showing love and giving it continuously with all my heart, that unconditional love began to manifest in the form of my beautiful children. Suddenly, I had a new purpose that I had to balance with every other purpose that I had prior to that, their existences. Suddenly, life was difficult enough, and I had to finally become adjusted to life where I only lived to fulfill whatever I believed my life purpose was and to be. I had already given up on love back then and the possibility that I could be loved, and then my children came along and made me a better person by bringing out the love in me so that I could share it with them, so that they could do so in return for me. I gotta say that the love is so great between myself and my children that I cannot even explain it. Even though today I live in poverty, I am comforted by the fact that they don't have to, because they have a mother that sees to it that they have the best of everything. Now, even though it did not work between myself and the mom of my children, we are still good friends, and she helps me out a lot, sometimes living this off-grid lifestyle. My children understand that daddy's a little weird, but also that I have a heart of gold and that I would do anything for them. I am in their lives every day, and I'm still providing guidance and assistance to their mom in any way I could whenever necessary. These two beings are my legacy, and I have spiritually been appointed as a guardian over them. I see them as two divinely blessed beings and treat them as such. Now at age 50, my life begins again. I could finally be on my purpose and be the man that I want to be again. I am very healthy in mind, body, and spirit, and I deal with many challenges well. I am almost at a peak level of physical fitness at my age, and I haven't been this fit since I was 26 years old. And given another year at this pace, I'm going to be twice as fit as I was back then. I'm living this off-grid more lifestyle. I only have two bills, my Sprint bill and my AT&T bill. That's it. I had 4 cars, but I gave them all away. And I said, fuck you to most of my so-called friends. Those who remain are fully aware that our friendship is conditional and rests only upon the integrity that we both continue to show each other. I am not looking for love because I've been there and done that. There is nothing that a woman could do to enhance me or improve me at this time. At this point in the game, I would want to know what's in it for me. All I could really see in it for me is the pussy. Feeling me? I could do without everything else that comes with an exclusive relationship with one woman who considers herself the prize. Yeah, in what way could you be considered the prize to any man at all if you don't want to be submissive to a man's leadership? If you are competing with a man and talking down to him, if you are disrespectful towards him and manipulating or trying to be manipulating towards him, why would he want you? Women can't even see how they've destroyed a man's sense of sensitivity towards them. They have become way too self-absorbed, even to the levels of abandoning their instincts as mothers. And for you women who still don't get it, men are waking up to your bullshit. And this is for who the cap fits. If it doesn't, don't wear it. You have had your time with this climate of gynocentricity and matriarchy. Men are becoming men again, and we are giving men the game. We're giving each other the game. We want feminine women who are submissive to us, who believe in traditional family values, or we want nothing from you. And when when we use the word submissive, that don't mean that we want you crawling on your hands and knees and stuff like that. We want strong, capable women as well, with good, sound moral judgment that can teach the children, that can trust the judgment of a strong, capable man. And yes, you are a valued partner, but the man is the leader in the head. And if you can't get that in your head, then you don't value what your grandmother and generations before you who understood this concept, and people who understand this concept in many other cultures. That's what's destroying the family, because the family is destroyed because man would not like to get a man as his mate. Just so you know. You can take that any way you want, but I don't mean it offensively. Just so you know, I'm working with you. Anyway, I am once again Ibmore, and if you're unaware, become familiar with this term because you will hear it again, I promise you. Hi, Julie. Introspective black man of reform. By introspective, I mean I look within myself for the answer, not within. Like I have already done when I was a whole lot younger, I decided that I was going to stand up as a man with my 2 feet planted firmly on the ground while standing on my square at all times, with my head up and shoulders back, and with my spine straight, and face this world every day like it's possibly my last one. I decided that wherever I go, people are going to respect me. These are my values. That's what's important to me. They may not like me, but they have to show me respect merely out of the fact that although I am bold, I am respectable. And respect begets respect, not out of force or any threats or anything like that, just out of the fact that I respect people in advance. And by the way, my square goes everywhere with me as I set out with my left foot forward to trample down evil with the light of truth wherever I could find it. Yeah, that's my lifestyle, and I couldn't be happier. I have no boss. I am the boss. And even in those instances where I contract my services to others, I am still the boss of me. That's all it is, a contract, a service that could be terminated by either party at any time. And my compliance cannot be completely secured by anyone without my consent. And I'm prepared to face the consequences of being such a man. It is what distinguishes me from almost everyone else out there. This is why I have adopted a minimalist lifestyle. I will not place comfort over dignity and self-respect and the respect that others have for me. If that's how you're going to behave, then keep your job or keep your association, whatever it is that um, you you have with me. Whatever our relationship is, you could just keep that. You feeling me? And I will not live in squalor either, because believe me when I say it, I provide me for myself quite adequately. And since I'm no longer pursuing material endeavors, status, fame, or love, what else is there? There's self-development. I have more time to try to become the best person that I could on all levels, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and of course materially. Above all, I want to be happy and I want to feel safe. And I want the people around me to be this way too. That is why I'm talking to you, taking you guys on this journey in order for you to see what I'm working with. It's a process. Life is so exciting, and all I seek to accomplish, I know for sure I will not materialize at once. So I'm just enjoying the journey. In this vlog, I'm inviting you to come along and follow this journey if you wish. See if my ideas make sense or not. And if nothing else, you could get a good laugh at my expense from time to time if you're a hater. But don't expect that to happen too often. I am becoming wiser as days pass, and you ain't gonna catch me slipping out here too much. In the meantime, you could expect that I will be doing productions more frequently for its own sake. I don't expect to get anything back from it except the personal growth from my experiences and perhaps to help others grow. I know that there's been a regular contingency of those who've been following my vlog posts, and whether you've been in agreement with me or not, I still thank you for your indulgence. Until my next address, I would like to wish you all a terrific Sunday, and I would like to encourage all of you to do some small gesture that would make a difference in someone's life today without expecting anything in return, just to see what happens. This has been another Fear None Everlasting production. Godspeed. 1.